Welcome back to the Pepe Podcast. Today we have Elliot Suarez here with us. His candidate number is 5106. He is a renowned filmographer, as I've been told, a well-renowned filmographer, and he's going to talk to us about his new film. So, first question I want to ask you, Elliot, if you don't mind,
Yeah.
how did your production skills develop throughout this film?
Well, over the past 8 months, I've learned an unfathomable amount of knowledge about the process of production. A lot of trial and error had to happen along the way. Failures to meet deadlines, unbalanced audio, terrible looking shots, the list goes on. My leadership skills were essential to this project. Luckily, I already had a basis for this, but it took a lot of effort to bring everyone together and keep everything on track. In addition to all this, I also learned a lot about the filming process of production. This in itself has many parts which need to be learned. For example, a script needs to be written in order for actors to be prepared to act. Storyboarding is necessary in order for organization and planning of how scenes will look and how they'll flow from one to another. Camera movement, angles, and framing are very important to creating meaning within a scene and how the characters or objects are observed and judged by the audience. Another aspect I learned a lot about is the research that actually goes into such a project. I need to understand what makes different genres unique to one another. I had to understand the different stereotypes associated with different audiences, particularly those with schizophrenia, as well as the effects or symptoms of them.
So your film surrounded schizophrenia.
Yes, it did. I had to understand how to act, researching micro expressions, movements, speeches, etc., all to better my acting for the film. Lastly, I learned a bunch about editing. Software such as Adobe Premiere is typically needed for this section. It was very scary at first, daunting almost to the untrained eye, but with a little bit of help and experience, it became easier. You had to scrounge for feed to be used. You had to create folders and folders and folders to keep everything neat and organized. But eventually, you'll learn, and it becomes a breeze.
It's very good to know. I didn't know such depth had to be done for a film to be this good. I heard it's really good. Um, I have another question though. How did your production skills develop through this? I'm sorry, that was the first question. Um, what kind of technology did you use for this project? I heard you need to
Yeah.
use a lot of technology to make a film. I was wondering how you did.
Well, luckily, we're in 2025, so there's a lot of technology around us. But technology played a big part in the production of our film. We had to use digital tools like Celtics and Final Draft, which help us in script writing. Canva had templates for our storyboarding, which were readily available to us. Apps like Studio Binder helped with organizing shoot days and budgeting. For the film, we used our phones, iPhones 15s and 16s. The cameras on those phones are, well, quite good. Editing softwares are necessary. This is where we needed Adobe Premiere, which is offered free by our local libraries.
Mm,
Generally, there was a wide range of technology we incorporated into the film, all helping us tremendously.
that's very good to know.
All right.
So, you know,
Thank you for having me.
of course. I always want to learn about other media entrepreneurs, as I like to call them. And thank you so much.
All right. All right. That's it.